You should push yourself beyond your limits of tolerance in your 20s to find out where it is. How much can you work? How disciplined can you become? Like, can you work 12 hours a day? Can you work 8 hours a day? Can you work 3 hours a day? Like, flat out. Where's your limit? And how much work can you do and how much socialization? You should find out. Push yourself past and then back off to that point where it's optimally sustainable. It's good to think about that as a goal. It's like you're trying to discover what your limitations are when you're in your 20s so that you can hit that edge so that you can sustain yourself across the decades. You don't want to have too much fun, right? Too much fun takes you out. It's not fun being a 40-year-old in the singles are precisely. So you want to make sure that what you're doing is age appropriate and you want to push yourself in every direction that you can, but you should be doing that with an aim in mind. It's like you're trying to make yourself into a better and more competent person. And so some discipline along with the fun is a good idea. People need to know you for one major thing first. He works. He produces. The guy's there every day. The guy's pushing and shoving. Because the truth is, no matter how good your ideas are, how good your art is, or how good your skill set is, if you're not working that, if you're not vibrating at a frequency that people say, my God, how does that guy do all that? 10x levels, man. Woo! What is going on, dreamers? Good morning. Good morning. Rise and shine. We are live over at the Starbucks today. As you guys can see, back to phase one in the trenches, locked in at the table, just like the old days, bringing back a lot of memories. When I'm telling you, I used to spend hours out here at the Starbucks, waking up at the crack of dawn, getting in the morning routine, getting in the morning rituals, and then just working all day long, networking, building the brand, getting uncomfortable. So I love it. I'm bringing back the phase one days. So happy Monday, TGIM. How's everybody feeling coming into the week? We're wrapping up the month of May, coming into a massive month of June. It's safe to say we definitely had some manifestations coming into the month of May, and I'm so proud of you guys. I love to see it. But as always, let's get a little bit of gratitude down below before we dive into the topic. My topic for today, we're going to be diving in on the 7 basic needs that any of us, I'm telling you right now, if you can really understand these, implement, and then go teach it, the jump is going to be astronomical. So I'm excited. Let's go ahead and get into today. Let me get live on IG so they can catch this one as well. And we're going to be getting into the 7 basic needs for anybody that you see walking. So if you've been feeling like there might be a little gap somewhere lately over the past couple weeks, past couple months, let's go back and look at these 7 after the call and see where it is that we're at on each of these 7 so you can start to identify where that gap could possibly be. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get into it. IG is live and it is game time. 7 basic needs. Here we go. Awesome, awesome. So, family, I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for God. JoJo in the building. Deanne, what is going on? I see you. I'm grateful for the morning rituals to be able to dig deep, to be able to really create the vision, get clear on where it is that we're going, and set the intention coming into finish off the end of the month and coming into the beginning of next. Mr. Nivs, John, I see you, brother. Been absolutely knocking out the windows consistently. I love to see it. Keep creating the content. Let's go. Great for the dream team. I'm grateful to see everybody stepping into the highest version. I see you. I see you. Let's go. Here we go. Getting into today, family, the 7 basic needs. Here we go. I apologize if it's loud. I got cars going by, but it is what it is. Do what we got to do. 1111, paint your vision. Cedric in the building. DTP, Michael, what is going on? Manuela. Okay, here we go. So this training, this is not just for business, okay? This 7 basic needs that I'm about to teach you is not just business, but this goes for life. And I tell you all the time, when we win in life, naturally it's going to bleed over into the business, right? Just getting focused on our body, on our mindset, on the daily rituals, the DMOs. This is where the magic really happens. So here we go. Number 1, the first basic need is going to be love, okay? We live in a time where we deal with people on a daily basis. So we got to be aware of these needs and work on fulfilling them as often as possible. Okay. So the first basic need is going to be love, right? Every single one of us deserves love. Every single one of us needs love. And the love I'm talking about today is going to be self-love, right? Self-love is so important. The ability to be able to take time.
And I'm talking about not just a couple of days out of the week. I'm talking about every single day to take time to go ahead and give back some self-love to ourselves, right? For me, one of the ways that I give back for my self-love is the gym, right? I've got a lot of energy. I have problems just like all of you on the call, and I need an outlet to be able to get out this energy, to be able to fill back up my cup. So for me, the gym is my outlet. That's part of my self-love. That's where I get to talk to me. That's where I get to work on myself. So for you, what are some things that you can go ahead and do on a consistent daily basis to go ahead and pour back into you, to give yourself some self-love? Is it that walk in nature? You know, we have a nature trail over here, one of my favorite spots. I love to just go out and talk with God. That's part of filling back up my cup, right? Because life happens. There's always going to be things that come across the day. So if you can take just even 10 to 15 minutes for yourself, I promise you, it's always going to come back. And I'm talking about with no distractions, even phone down, just you, yourself, and God, right? Or your family, whatever self-love is for you. Okay. This is just things I've noticed along the journey so you don't get burnt out, right? Because I've seen it time and time again. So understand self-love is going to be so important. People ask me all the time, D, how are you still going 5-6 years later? This 7 is really a major key on how it's being done. Okay. So self-love is huge. The way we love each other is by getting rid of all of the doubts and all of the judgment and accepting ourselves for who it is that we are, to know that we're getting better each day. Okay. So the self-love, the self-talk is everything. Number 2, the second need is going to be the need for security. Early morning talks every day, right? Security. David Law in the building. What's going on? I see you. Janati, I see you, brother. Great morning. Okay. Number 2 is going to be the need for security, right? Feeling secure in our health, feeling secure in our journey, feeling secure in our relationships, feeling secure in our finances. All of these has to do with security. Right? Your security first starts with your relationship with God, your relationship with your creator, your relationship with your higher power. That's the first piece of security that I want to go ahead and talk about, because for myself, that was a weak point, right? And I started to realize, I want to give you guys an example, right? Even just for myself, okay? I used to wear beads all the time, right? I used to wear crystals, right? As I was starting to get into the entrepreneurship journey and just start learning about different information and seeing different cultures. But I want to give you just a perfect example why creating the connection with your creator, I believe, is so important, my opinion, right? When I was wearing the crystals, I felt good, I felt protected, but there was a couple of times I forgot them, right? I'd be going on a trip, I'd be going to travel, I'd be like, yo, I literally just left them on my dresser. And I'm on the plane and I'm looking at my wrist. I'm like, man, I feel insecure. I don't feel like I have secure. I feel kind of weird because I'm not wearing my beads, I'm not wearing my crystals. But you know what I started to realize? You don't need any of that. When you can have a connection with your creator anytime, anywhere, just being even naked, no jewelry, you don't need anything. But you can feel secure with that connection. That was one of the biggest breakthroughs and breakthroughs that I've ever had. Because I realized I don't need anything materialistic. I don't need anything physically to go ahead and make me feel secure, because we have it right here every day, all day. So that was huge. That was something for me that I realized, just as far as security goes, even just for peace of mind, right? Next, okay, security. Regardless of what people talk about, you need to realize that security inside of the mindset is one of the most important things that any of us can have. And here's my second piece that I want to talk about, why it's key to have security of your mindset, okay? Jim Rohn calls it the birds. The birds are going to come in all different areas, all different forms of your life, whether that be our friends, whether that be our family, whether that be our coworkers. If we don't guard the mind, the birds are going to come and they're going to pick the seeds of vision, pick the seeds of opportunity, pick the seeds of confidence. And if you let them pick it long enough, eventually there's no seed left. There's nothing there left. We've let them pick it. For a lot of us, until 18 years old, we've had people pick our seed our entire life. Until you get personally developed enough to realize that this is where the audios, this is where the books, this is where the mentorship comes in, to be able to build this wall of security so nobody can get to our seed. You know how many people try to get to my seed the past couple of years? Friends, close family, anybody who didn't believe in me, but I was able to create a security around that by creating a connection with my creator, by listening to audios, by reading books, by journaling. All these different ways is how we started to develop it. Okay. So here's the next piece, right? Knowing the information, building relationships along through the journey, we start to learn more about ourselves and we start to become a better us, being secure in you. Okay. Number 3, this is going to be the need for creative expression. The third basic human need for any of us walking, believe it or not, even if you're right-handed, right? They say lefties are more creative. I'm a righty. Even for us righties, it takes us being creative to step into our highest self. Okay. What is creative expression? Let's go ahead and let's peel back the layers a little bit. What is creative expression? Creative expression is to feel the things that you've always wanted to feel. Let me say that again. Creative expression is feeling the things that you've always wanted to feel. When we express ourselves, we express how we feel, we express what's on our mind. So I can look at anybody walking right now, and I don't even need to speak to them because I can already see what's being expressed on their mind, because whatever's going on in the mind is a reflection of what's going on in reality. So I can look at somebody that's slouched over, I can look at somebody that doesn't speak with a lot of confidence, and I know that's nothing but a reflection of what is going on the inside. They might have lost that creative expression. They might have lost that feeling of what it feels like to be going after what you desire, to what it feels like to wake up excited to go after something that's fulfilling every day. So too many of our friends, let me ask you this. How many of your friends, how many family, how many people do you see on a daily basis that you feel have lost their creative expression? Drop a 3 down below. If you see people that are just walking by like a zombie every day, they're doing the same daily activities, the same emotions, the same feelings, pushing the same buttons, and they're never feeling anything that they actually have a clear vision for. Something they've created in their mind, a vision that they can't see already, but they're feeling that feeling already. This is creative expression. What does it feel like when you're walking on stage speaking in front of people? John, what does it feel like when you just got that phone call that you got 10 commercial buildings ready to go ahead and book you? Cedric, how does it feel when you've got leaders joining your organization? Johnny, how does it feel to have 30 ka-chinks inside your store? Jojo, how does it feel to be able to have a flourishing business? Can you feel that before it even happens? That's creative expression. That is creative expression. So to be able to get that feeling, to hold that and let it sustain for a period of time long enough, that's manifestation. That's where the quantum leaps are made. But it takes knowing that feeling, knowing what we want, knowing where it is that we're going, and being able to create that feeling before it happens. Okay? So this is big. I love it. John, you feeling that, huh? Here we go. Arkush, I see you, brother. It's good to see you. Here we go. Let's keep it moving. All right, next, number 4. Stick with me. I got 4 more for you. 4 is going to be the need for recognition. You know what's funny about recognition? They say babies will cry for it, babies will cry for it. Grown men will die for it. Babies will cry for it. Grown men and women will die for it. So a lot of us, right, we've had things over the course of our life that we've never even we've never even sat down and be thankful for. We've never even sat down and even appreciated it, right? I know for a lot that I've been able to see, how many have ever got a ka-ching in the e-commerce store at the beginning, and they're like, that's only $1, that's only $2, who cares? The second that I made $1 trading, the second I made $1 with my e-commerce store, I saw what was possible. I knew if I could make $1, I could make 10, I could make 1,000. So it takes being able to recognize even the little wins, okay? It doesn't matter what anybody says. It takes being able to understand that even the little steps add up to the big picture course of the journey. Like Deanne, I want to use you for example, okay? You're going to the gym every day. You were going on the 75-day hard challenge. You were doing 2 a days. That's not easy. Most people don't go to the gym once a day, let alone twice a day. So the fact that you could even go on that journey for over a 30-day period of time, that's something to be proud of. That's something to be thankful for. That's something to be appreciated of. So I want you guys to know, this is why I say it every single day on my call. If nobody told you yet today, I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. I know where it is that you're going because I understand how important recognition is. I know there's not a lot of people out there that are going to tell you they believe in you. that are going to tell you that they know what you're capable of. I didn't have a lot of that in my life, except for a handful few of people. And those handful literally changed the course of my life. So I know what recognition can do to somebody. I know what that belief can spark in somebody's mindset. Okay. So if you guys can understand that, guess what? The same thing goes for you being able to do that for somebody else. When you open a door for somebody, when you give a compliment, when you go out and give love to somebody at the gym or just walking by, that energy is more meaningful than you'll ever know. Right? If you want to have people join your business at the beginning, stop thinking about business and start thinking about a real relationship. Right? If you look at the word relationship, let's not spell it RELAT. Let's spell it REAL. Real relationship. That's how people are going to be excited to join your business. People can feel your energy before you even speak. So if you're sounding like you just want to get them into your business, they can feel that. But if you can be a genuine person to seriously listen, figure out where they're at in life, identify where their problems are and how we can seriously help them with the solution, this is where the magic really happens, because they feel recognized, they feel loved, they feel heard. Okay? So this is big. So at the end of the day, without you, nothing would be possible. Okay? You are the creator. You are the one to go out and make an impact. So you got to understand that. So I want to give you your recognition. I want to give you your flowers today if nobody has given them to you yet. Okay? Number 5. This is going to be the need for new experiences. Okay? The need for new experiences, right? If you guys look at the word time, what is the acronym for time? Who can tell me what time stands for? Who knows? Who knows? Time stands for things Oh, Cedric got it. There we go. On the dot. Things I must experience. Okay. I was actually reading John C. Maxwell yesterday, and he was talking about there's nothing that any of us can do on a daily basis that we're not going to get continuously better at. I want you to think about it. Think about doing something for 365 days straight, and tell me you're not going to be a completely different individual on that topic, on that field, on that craft. Absolutely. So when it comes to new experiences, one of the biggest things I learned along the journey is doing things that make us uncomfortable, doing things that stretch us outside of what we're normally used to doing. Okay. And on this one right here, number 5, I'm going to give you a couple of tactical action steps that you guys can go implement today. You can implement this week so you can get uncomfortable just a little bit. Because here's the truth. We're already uncomfortable. I don't know about you, but it's not comfortable ready to get to the next level. It's not comfortable seeing my family struggle. It's not comfortable knowing that we can do a lot more so we can go out and become more. So I'm ready to go ahead and stretch a little bit, right? If you're with me, go ahead and drop a 1 down below if you're ready to stretch, okay? I'm right there with you. So here's the deal. If you want to stretch coming into June, new experiences is where the magic is going to happen. So I want to ask you, what is something that's new? What are a couple of things that are new coming into this month that we're ready to implement, that we're ready to go ahead and put out into the field to test? Is that maybe you're ready to throw a home event? Maybe you're ready to start traveling to an event. Maybe you're ready to go out and actually create your live account. Maybe you're ready to put a little bit more money into your ads, into your store to start really pushing your brand. Okay? Something new has to happen. There has to be a shift coming into this month, unless we want to have the same results as last month, right? Even if it's just making one more call, even if it's just making a couple more DMs, even if it's just saying hello to that person you are afraid to speak to in public, that's what I'm talking about, a need for a new experience, right? Even little things, going out to a nice hotel and go sitting in the lobby, go get a picture in the lobby and go smell the smell in a 5-star hotel. Go to a dealership and go walk by the dealership and go walk around the cars and go see what it's like to go sit in a car that you like to drive. Go to the mall and go look at the watches. Go out and do something that's going to stretch your mindset, whatever it is for you, right? If traveling is success to you, start looking up some places that you'd like to travel to. And I'm not just talking the country, I'm talking the city. I'm talking how much does the flight cost? I'm talking about where's the Airbnb that you're going to stay in that city. That's the new experience I'm talking about. That's what I want you to start building in your mind, right? Guess what I'm creating for you right now? That's creative expression. You being able to take the time to build that experience for you, You're literally building creative expression. You're feeling that feeling to see what it stays like to stay in Slovenia. Those that are going out of the country to go to Croatia, you're building that in your mind before it even happens. Where are you going to be staying in Croatia? And how good does that feel to be in a whole different country, connecting with people that you've never even met before, but you feel that energy, right? I love that. New experiences, okay? Going to a new restaurant, going to a new city, doing things that are different. That's how we stretch, okay? When I started traveling, I started to look at life completely different, right? When I went to DR, when I went to a third world country, the things that we take for granted over here, they would beg to have half the things we have over here. I'll never forget it. After one of the games that I finished, right? I don't know if you guys know about the World Series, right? When I was 12, I actually played on ESPN, right? I played for Team USA, and we flew over to the Dominican Republic, and there was about 12 different countries that flew in, and we stayed over there for a week. And I got a chance to see what it looks like living in a third world country, seeing what they eat, seeing how they live, seeing how their mannerisms are. So there's a reason why I go so hard 5-6 years later. A big piece of that is from the experiences that I've been able to have, I've been able to see, and it's just gave me a different perspective. When I finished that game, there was people begging me for the cleats off of my feet because they didn't have any shoes. And I'll never forget it. 12 years old, I literally took the cleats off my feet and I gave them to little kids on the street because they didn't have any shoes. But it gave me perspective. It allowed me to see things in a different way. And I'm forever grateful for that, okay? So that's creating new experiences. That's so important. Next, I got a couple more for you. Stick with me. I'm almost done. All right, I got 2 more for you. Number 6 is going to be the need for, you ready? Check this out. The need for self-esteem, okay? Self-esteem is confidence in one's worth and one's ability. You got to have this. You got to have this. But if I were to give you one tip, okay, here's my tip. If I were to go back and talk to my 21-year-old self and put them under my wing and let them know, hey, D, I got to let you know something, brother. Along this journey, okay, especially at the beginning, right? It's going to take you taking a temporary, listen to me. It's going to take you taking a temporary loss of self-esteem from ignorant people who do not see your vision. If there's one thing I can promise you, it's that. Without a doubt. There's going to be people that don't believe in. There's going to be people that try and pick at your seat. We've already went over this. So if you can have a clear vision, if you know where it is that you're going, nobody's going to be able to affect you. And here's my visual. Here's my example for number 6. Ready? How many of you have ever been to, is Frayne on here? How many of you have ever been to a horse race? How many of you have ever watched horses race? Drop a 5 down below. I want to ask you an important question. I want to teach you a lesson. Okay. Number 1, I don't know if you guys know how much money people make on horse betting, first of all. Okay. Number 2, who can tell me? All right, so you don't have to go to a race, but you're gonna know what I'm talking about when I say it. You ready? It's really big in South Africa. Yeah, it is. Okay. Who can tell me what horses wear when they're running a race? Who knows this? What do horses wear when they're running a race? I'll give you an idea. It looks like this. Okay? Horses wear blinders, right? Do you know why horses wear blinders? Why these huge, monstrous stallion beasts wear blinders inside of a race? So they can focus. So they don't see the distractions that are in our peripherals. I want to teach you something about peripherals right now, okay? We all have what's called peripherals, meaning we have things that's going on the side of our vision. So you might be focused, right? You might be looking at your goal right here, but I want to ask you, what's happening in your peripherals? What's happening on the sides? Do we have constant family that's negativity? Do we have constant people that's bringing us down inside of our life? Believe it or not, that happening on the side of our peripherals is affecting the focus from where it is that we're going. So when I understood how to put on my blinders, how to put on my tunnel blockers, I started to let go of the negativity. I started to not be able to see the noise. I stopped worrying about what was going on in the news, what was going on social media, what was going on in anybody who couldn't see what I saw. And all of that time that I was wasting thinking about what they thought, trying to fit into to those people, into their puzzle that I never fit in, I started to realize how much space there was to create, how much space there was for my imagination, how much space there was for confidence and actually to build my self-esteem when I wasn't filled with so much of my thoughts, worrying about trying to please other people and trying to fit into their box. That's where everything started to shift for me. Okay. So that's second to last one. Now to go ahead and finish off to give you all number 7. Okay. Self-esteem. When you know you're unique, you're special, you bring value, you bring skill sets to the table. People are waiting to hear your voice. You're no longer worried about what anybody thinks because you know you're a one of one and people are waiting to hear the value that you have. Okay. Your last name is your last name for a reason. Let's use it. Let's go out and make a dent with it. Number 7. Here's my last one for you. The need, you ready? The need for more, DJ Khaled talks about it, more life. Can I get some more life in the chat? Drop it down. More life. Let me see it. I love it. Smiling on a Monday. Happy on a Monday. Let's go. Right? More life. So here's the deal, right? When it comes to more life, how many of you have ever heard the term YOLO, right? We heard the term YOLO for the past couple years. People say you only live once. I beg to differ. People say you only live once. You know what I've come to realize? We live every day. We only die once. See the difference? We have a chance to live every day, but we only die once. When my sister passed from cancer at 27, 28 years old, life shifted for me. Time was completely different for me. You know, they say time waits on no man. Until we get old enough, until you get to a certain point, you start to realize how true that really is, how precious time really is. We can drop $1 and get it back. We can never drop a second of time and ever get it back. So when I was 21 and I lost my sister, I literally have told myself that ever since the day I found out. How would you live? And for me, it was until that age, until 28 years old. How would you live it if you only had until 28 years old? How would you live if you only had 7, 8 years left on the shot clock on your life? Do you wake up with a little bit more confidence? Do you wake up with a little bit more conviction? Do you stop being so afraid of what other people think because we know this time is limited? When I started to really see what is possible for anybody that can believe in themselves, I tell you guys all the time, there's 10-year-olds making 22 million on YouTube. There's people that are traveling the country, living a life of time freedom because they believe in themselves just a little bit more. You know what's funny? Some of them don't speak as well as you. Some of them don't dress as well as you. Some of them don't have the same background that's as good as you. But they just took a little bit more action. They just believed a little bit more. They don't. And I started to realize this. What's the difference between them and us? Nothing. We bleed the same. We walk the same. We both can speak. A lot of the times, they just decide to do that little bit extra that most people were not willing to do. And it's funny. I've been on a call. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I did a call with Nigeria over the past week, right? Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Absolutely, right? I did a call with Nigeria over the past week, and I've been talking to so many on that side. And I can tell you, just speaking to so many at a young age, the hustle that comes from somebody outside of the country is completely different from those inside of the country. You know why? Because they see life a little bit differently. Some of them don't have clean water to drink. Some of them don't have a shelter to go out and be under when it's raining at nighttime. So you know why they take these opportunities, these solutions so seriously? Because they appreciate the value of what's given to them inside of their hands. They know that life for many has been a struggle where they come from. People don't have money over there. People don't come from success on that side. So the reason I go so hard years later is it's not just for me. It's not just for people on this call. This is bigger than all of us. I know what this information can do. I know the lives that can change. I know the impact that can be made. And I also know how much of a disservice I'm doing by, number 1, shutting my mouth. Number 2, staying lazy. Number 3, not ever jumping into that highest version by getting old and always asking the question, man, I wonder what would have happened if we would have just committed, if we would have just stopped worrying about what anybody else thought and we took the action. We did the things that we were afraid to do. What if? And I want to leave you with this question today. This is something I ask myself every day, okay? Would you rather be a what if type person? Or would you rather be an I wonder? See, somebody that says what if, they're going to be the person that gets to 70, 80 years old and they regret. They're going to regret so much inside of their life. But if you can be the type of person to say, I wonder what life looks like when I'm a chairman. I wonder what life looks like when I've successfully learned these skills. I wonder what life looks like when I've given back to my family and I'm giving them the keys to their dream home, to their dream car, to getting their teeth back, right? Some of my family doesn't have their teeth. I want to be able to get their teeth back so they can smile confidently again. This is big for me. I'm passionate about this. So my goal for each and every, if I can give you anything today, is just to be able to go ahead and light that fire in yourself, to know that you matter, your voice is important. And I believe we are the ones to go ahead and break those generational curses in our family, to break the generations of poverty, of limiting beliefs, of lack of self-confidence. And all it takes is one, right? The Matrix talks about the one to go out and be the one to shift generations to come. So I believe that you are the one, you are making a difference in this world and you matter. So family, that's my training for everybody today. If you got a little bit of value from today, drop some threes down below, smash that like button. If you guys are fired up, ready to go ahead and end off this month with a bang, drop some threes. I love you. I appreciate you. Let's go walk with a little bit of not just confidence coming into the end of this month. Let's walk with some confidence. So family, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm so proud of each and every one of you, and I'm excited for what is to come. More ka-chings, more blessings, more transformation, more joy, more love I'm praying for inside of your life. Let's go out and have an abundant week. Remember, it's your favorite entrepreneur, Define Dreams. We can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. I love you, family. Have an abundant day. I love you, Dream Team. Fresh start to the week. TGIM. The Growth Includes Monday. Let's go.